lazy day.
Got one little sunny spot all the way over there.
Yep. Sun in his buns. Sun in his buns all the way over there. Damn ye, Winslow. Do you like this creamer?
Yeah, you don't like it?
There's something about it. I mean, it's not, it doesn't make it like undrinkable, but doesn't it taste a little like weird to you? Like it doesn't, like it's a caramel one, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking.
I have a different one too.
No, I mean, I was
off this one. You can do the different one.
I was just wondering if I'm just maybe my tastes or my taste buds are fucked.
I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a stronger, like a more concentrated flavor. It might have like settled a little bit.
Maybe. I was just wondering. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just wondering. Tastes a little weird. American Spirit. Yeah, you got it. Making candy creamer, the almond joy creamer. Was like crack to you? Oh, I haven't had candy creamer before. That's a new one on me. I haven't heard of candy creamer. Candy creamer sounds like a porn starlet. You know, that's like a porn starlet name.
I've been using this one for like the past month or something, so maybe it's just gotten a little off or something.
I don't think so, because it was like right after you got it. It wasn't, like I said, I'm not bitching about it. It's just, it doesn't taste like creamer to me. Let's go see what that is. Oh, that's just a jumbo. You want another one? Bring it up. Give it. You can't. You can't. No take only throw doesn't work. I beamed you, D. You got beamed on the head. Is that gonna be the last time you want to play for a while? You're just gonna shit right on the concrete? Cool. Thanks for that.
You hit the poop button, apparently.
Yeah, I knocked him on the head with the ball, and it fucking stimulated the poop nerve. Yeah, there you go. You did it, and you left your ball right in the zone there. That's... Sorry about that, D. Sorry I knocked your noggin a little bit. You dare me to ban you? I don't want to ban you. You seem like a good guy. Even though you called me fatty, which is mean, by the way. I'm not going to ban you. Hola. ¿Cómo estoy? People really love the name of this channel. I don't know why.
There are a couple people that you've had that thought it was a ghost channel.
Yeah, people think it's a ghosty channel, I think. It's not. It's not a ghost channel. As a signer? What's a signer, Phil? Did you miss an N in there? Did nobody tell you that center has two ends? Oh, I got some new info for you. I got some new information for everybody out there. Something that we've been talking about. The latest U.S. literacy stats have just dropped, and they're every bit as grim as you might imagine. Quote, approximately 50% of Americans read so poorly that they're unable to perform simple tasks such as reading prescription drug labels. Let's read a little more. This is, remember how I talked about the last literacy data that came out was from like 2022? Well, now the 2024 numbers are out. Literacy has become such a serious problem in our country that 130 million parents are now unable to read a simple story to their children. 21% of adults are completely illiterate, can't have no reading comprehension, completely illiterate, can't read. 21% of U.S. adults. Let's keep going. 54% of U.S. adults, we've been talking about this number for a long time, have a literacy below 6th grade level. So not at or below, below. 45 million are functionally illiterate and read below a 5th grade level. 44% of American adults do not read a single book in a year. 3 out of 5 people in American prisons can't read. To determine how many prison beds will be needed in future years, some states actually base part of their projection on how well current elementary students are performing on reading tests. 85% of juvenile offenders have problems reading. Approximately 50% of Americans read so poorly. Yeah, we already read that one. 3 out of 4 people on welfare cannot read. 20% of Americans read below the level needed to earn a living wage. 50% of unemployed between the ages of 16 and 21 cannot read well enough to be considered functionally literate. Between 46 and 51% of American adults have income well below the poverty level because of their inability to read. Literacy costs American taxpayers an estimated $20 billion each year. Illiteracy does. School dropouts cost our nation $240 billion in social service expenditures and lost tax revenue. Now, I want you guys to keep that in mind as you read the chat. It's now way better than a coin flip that you cannot read. So 170 people in here, way better than a 50% number of those people can't read a book. If they had a child, couldn't read a simple story to their child. Can't read the newspaper. Can't read the side of a prescription drug bottle and follow the fucking shit on it. And it is obvious, right? I've been talking about this. You guys can go back and look at my shit for the last 6 months. I've been harping on this because it is so apparent to me from the amount of people that come in here that can't speak, can't write, can't comprehend what's being talked about, type like they're fucking cave people, right? And you guys will see it. I'm not going to turn on the monkey button for a while. I want you guys to just watch, right? It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic of moronism. See? See what I mean? We're talking about how well over half the country can't read, and some of these motherfuckers just can't even participate. They're here like, why are you gay? See what I mean? Unbelievable, right? don't think anyone who wasn't born here should be here. Well, then your whole family should be somewhere else. At what point did you kick that in? Because everybody that's here is an immigrant.
Besides, the Native Americans.
No, even the Native Americans are immigrants. They migrated from the East Asian continent. Every human being in North America is an immigrant. So at what point do you cut that off? Natives also weren't the first here. Oh, I don't know about that, but I do know that every single human being that has existed on the North American continent came from East Asia over the fucking land bridge in the Stone Age. So at what point do you cut off, right? Is it the year you were born, right? Yep, the Bering Land Bridge. Yep, the Bering Strait used to be a land bridge during the Ice Age. You walk right across it. So everybody's an immigrant. That's something that you would know if you'd learned to read. That's something that they should have taught you in school. All that is proven to be false. Somebody, look at here, object lesson number 1. Somebody can't read. Somebody got told something retarded and doesn't know how to read to make sure that the retarded thing they heard is true, and he's just running with it. Got JB in here, can't read. Has no historical perspective. Somebody told him that there were always human beings in North America, and that sounded good to him, and so he just runs with it. Can't pick up a fucking book, find out that he's dead wrong. Has absolutely no blowback for being wrong because he's behind an auto-generated throwaway account, right? Calling people stupid doesn't make you any smarter. I didn't say it did. I'm just pointing out the truth. All I did was read the new fucking reading statistics. All I did. And all I'm doing is talking about how they bear out in this chat. All you have to do is read this chat to see how many of these people cannot read. You obviously don't read new studies. Get him out. This dude has never picked up a study in his life. Never once. I'm surprised he even knows what a study is. Gotta go. Just look at it. Just read it. Way over a coin flip. Can't read. Can't read the side of their pill bottle. Can't read a story to their children. And they're in here face rolling the keyboard 24/7. You think this is going to get better in 10 years? What do you think we're going to look like in 10 years? This many people too retarded to speak. You just kicking people that don't agree with me? There's no agreement to be had. I'm not giving an opinion. I'm giving fact. I'm talking about the latest numbers on American literacy. So I'm not giving an opinion. I'm giving a fact. How many are just trying to get your goat? Get my goat? Huh? Isn't that what this is about? With that's mindset, it's never going to get better. Oh, so is there a mindset that I can put myself to that's going to make you be able to read? So there's a mindset I can have that's going to make you teach your kid how to read. Really wish I knew what that mindset was. Rephrase people pretending they cannot read to make you angry. It doesn't make me angry, it makes me sad. And I don't think that there's as many people pretending as you might think so. We just had the statistics read. I don't think there's any pretending needed. The mindset they're talking about is to ignore the issue and it'll go away. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I work a job where I can't ignore the issue because I deal with your functional illiteracy every single day. I'm one of these weird streamers that actually reads this chat, and the shit that comes out of this chat is literal 4th grade nonsense. And these are 20-something, 30-something people in here watching me right now. Bro, you look like a girl. Dude, girls where you're from must be interesting species. If people don't know how to read a pill bottle, they just kind of pop and hope for some of the best.
Or I think they mean like the little booklet that comes
Yeah,
with
the warnings.
Yeah.
You should have food with this. You should not take this at this time of day. They can't read it. They can't process.
I'm sure they can
that.
read X pill X times a
That's
day.
not what it said. It said that that 20% of Americans can't read their pill bottle.
But they're not defining like what parts of it, like the warnings or stuff like that.
Why would a warning be easier to read than just a fucking instruction on the side of the thing? Why could they read that but not the warning book?
I mean, because there's definitely like a lot more complexity with that.
I guess.
I don't know. Like, it's a little frustrating that there's no like sources to any of these.
Well, it's the Department of Education. Like, we could go look at the sources.
It's not the Department of Education. It's a site that it's like a literacy organization that teaches like English classes and stuff. So
I see.
that's the frustrating thing, is they don't provide any sources.
We have to put warning signs on Snickers. Well, they do. Jacob's got to go. He's too stupid to participate. We're just gonna get people out of here that are too dumb to participate. So I want an order 66, and we're gonna watch how many people get banned for being too stupid to participate. Illiteracy, right? Let's just watch the magic happen. Watch that 54% of Americans who can't read express their frustration in the chat right now. Call out the schools? I do. I put this squarely at the feet of 2 institutions, parenthood and public education. Those are the 2 institutions that failed, and in that order, by the way. Parents failed, right? Parents are the last stopgap. They are the people that are supposed to be teaching their children how to leave. They have failed. And the safety net of public education has failed. How many, raise your hand in here if you were socially promoted. Anybody willing to admit it? I bet it's a ton of you. Anybody willing to raise their hand and admit that they were socially promoted in school? I wouldn't. I mean, I'd feel pretty fucking sad about it personally. You know what social promotion is? It means you can't pass, but you're you're sent forward to the next grade anyway, because the thought process is it's better for you to be around people your age than to be held back 3 years with little kids. That's social promotion. Everybody that's been through it knows exactly what it means. Yep. Couldn't pass school, so they just let you go ahead and go forward anyway because they think it's socially better for you to sit in a room filled with middle school students than to be held back into the third grade until you can read and write. Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi have the lowest in terms of literacy. That seems believable. Can't pass school, but we're going to graduate you anyway. You're blaming the wrong fucking thing first. It is not discipline in schools that has caused this. When you serve up a child to the public education system that has no education from home, you put a failing child into a failing system. So 100%, the first people we need to be mad at, or the first people that need to change their ways about this, is parents. 100%. This illiteracy could not happen. You could go to the worst school in the fucking world, and if you got parents that teach you how to read, you're going to be able to read, okay? So it is parents that are the hugest problem with these numbers. 100% parents. Then you want to go to the next layer of blame and responsibility. Then you go to the public education system. Parents especially in this culture, will do anything other than to be held accountable for how shitty their children are. There is always an excuse that doesn't involve them. And if you try and tell them that they're fucking up, oh my God, you better duck, because they're going to be throwing blows. They would rather beat your ass than admit that they are fucking up a child. Bro, how am I supposed to teach my kids when the school system are teaching them shit way different from how I was taught when I was school? Like what? 1 + 1 still equals 2. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z hasn't changed. These are the things that your children can't learn. So you can't teach your child the alphabet. You can't teach your child basic math. You can't teach your child how to sound out a word. See what I mean? That's fundamental. Yeah, that's what the schools are for. The schools are to teach children the fundamentals. So those haven't changed since you were a kid. So your excuse that they're teaching children all this new stuff that you didn't learn is garbage. Dismissed. Got any other excuses for why your kids are retarded? Anybody else you think deserves blame? Dude spelled retarded with a T. Object lesson. Spelled retarded with a T. Trying to call me retarded. Object lesson. Retarded. Retarded. This motherfucker wrote retarded to try and fucking bag on me when I'm talking about illiteracy. He wrote retarded. Typed that shit out, presumably went back over it and went, yup. Then you hear them stats again? Retarded. Retarded. Do you feel it's an inevitable shift, result of complacency or closer to conspiracy? There was a time slaves were banned from learning. It's 100% a conspiracy. And it's not even like a hidden one either. The smarter you are when you come out of public education, the more likely you are to exercise your rights as a citizen, to know history, and to take a stand. They want dumb people that are easily led around by their nose. Like a lot of you in here, right? Not trying to hate. But how many of you, if you really take the fucking stock, run with something that you were told? Right? Birdies. Unga bunga. We're going back to unga bunga, dude. We're literally giving up human progress in favor of like smugly going backwards and pretending we're going forwards. That's another great thing too, is the dumbest people in a society believe that they overestimate their intelligence, right? That's Dunning-Kruger, right? So people that know the least think they know the most. So the dumber they get, the smarter they think they are. Hence, retarded. Unga bunga. Unga bunga. Why do you look like a dude that works at Blockbusters, the old DV store, what got shut down? That run-on sentence was tragic, bro. You're one of those people that can't read. Common Core was a direct threat to the ability of a child to learn critical thinking. Yes. Well, Common Core was just a reinforcement of No Child Left Behind, right? It's standardized education is what they call it, right? That's the term that they use. What it means is that every child in America is getting the same lesson at the same time, the same type of instruction, and is judged by the same yardstick. The last Blockbuster closed. I think there was one in Washington State that was open, and it just closed, so there's no more Blockbuster. And parents want to put blame on anyone but themselves, yeah. They're the first stop for blame. There's no way that your child lags behind other kids if you are keeping up with their schooling. If you are helping along and you're doing their homework with them, you're reading to them, you're mentally stimulating them to the point where they can learn, there's no way your child is failing, right?
There's definitely like a few challenges, like the way they teach some math things is a little confusing.
Yeah, but the non-confusing route, you can teach your kids that too. The route you were taught, kids can learn that too.
Yeah, but they don't get credit on their homework if they do it that way. Like,
Then an adult probably needs to sit down and learn third grade math and how they're doing it so that they can teach it to their kid. That's it. Well, my sister homeschools her children. I have my eldest niece started college at 16. Started taking community college classes and shit at 16 because she'd already graduated high school. My sister has 7 children, and all of them are homeschooled, and all of them are brilliant. So, dude, when you try and tell parents that, they get pissed off. Why is introspection so widely avoided by people? Because we live in an excuse culture. People look at the problems in their life and they want to separate themselves from the genesis of those problems. They want to make themselves apart from why those problems exist. And there are problems like that. There are problems that where you really had no hand in it, right? But your children are not one of those problems. You are the only person that had a hand in it. You're the only person that fucked. You're the only person that made that baby. You're the only person that had a hand in it. So your children are yours, your responsibility, 100%. And people don't like that because it's hard. It's easier to parent in autopilot. Hand them a tablet when they're home, send them off to school to learn, lather, rinse, repeat until they're 18, then kick them out on their ass and they can't read, right? That's the path of least resistance through parenthood. That's why parents get so pissed off when you question their parenting style. Because they know that deep underneath it, what you're really getting at is that they should probably be doing more for their child. And they don't want to hear that. That's why this problem that we're talking about, illiteracy, is such a problem. Because you can't will somebody out of it. You know what I mean? It's not like a bad opinion. It's not like an incorrect opinion that somebody can look at reality and go like, fuck, I've been wrong. You cannot make up for the lack of education that a person has. So you're the meeting of the minds that happens, right? You got a 20-something-year-old person in front of you. You presume that person can read, but that presumption is likely incorrect, given the numbers. So what are we going to do with that? Yes. Allowing your child to remain in a bubble of ignorance and to remain behind every other human being on the planet is child neglect, 100%. We use our farm gardening animals as one of our classes during homeschool. That's cool. Yeah, I bet kids love that. Now, my sister does this like co-op thing where sometimes the kids go to another parent, and sometimes other kids come to her. She's got like this Christian co-op thing that they do to make sure that the kids get out and get to socialize and stuff, right? Real problem is also that kids feel they don't need to retrain any information anymore because they can just Google it. Yeah, I mean, That's true, right? You got a good point there. Um,
What would you say with the parents that have low literacy themselves? Like, they need to find
they need
adult
to admit,
education.
yeah, they need to admit that they can't read and then that it is infecting their child, and they need to do whatever they can. Dude, now more than ever, it's easier to learn. There are probably a billion programs for $9.99 a month to learn how to read. Whatever the fuck, you just take advantage. You have to be able to read, and that's the problem, right? Getting people to admit I can't read. I can read. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the whole idea that like there's somebody else is responsible for you fucking and making a baby, and that other people have to, that's a poisonous idea. That is a absolutely poisonous idea. If you're too dumb to have a child, number one, I know Monday morning quarterbacking, probably shouldn't have had a child. Maybe you should have put a condom on it, but then again, you're dumb. So if you realize, honestly, if you've got the ability to have introspection and go like, fuck, I can't read, it's held me back my whole life, and now my child can't read, right? If you don't have that level of introspection, then there's nothing I can do for you, right? And if you do, there's also nothing I can do for you, because I can't teach you to read. You have to teach you to read. You're an adult. Go seek adult education. Go take a remedial class. Find an online program that helps people come up to fucking grade level in reading. And do it. For your kid. Not even for you. Do it for your child. So that your child doesn't have to live hobbled like you have. But yeah. You want to critique the whole thing? There are many, many people popping children out right now that shouldn't even be near a child. Functionally incapable of raising them, but popping them out. Right? That's the problem. People having kids they don't want, kids they have no intention of taking care of properly, kids they don't know how to take care of properly. And it's happening over and over and over again, and there's no government program that's going to be able to make up for not having a parent. No government program is going to will your child out of fucking hypnosis to their tablet. That's you or nobody. Oh yeah, dude. Remember the book club? I used to do that shit, dude. You did a book club thing at Pizza Hut, and when you were finished your book, you got a free personal pan pizza. I used to do that. Yeah, bring it back. Give free pizza to not be stupid. Yeah, those free personal pans, though? That was dope. They still do the book club? Cool. Yeah, go take your kids to that. Make it fun. I don't know. I'm not a fucking parent, bro. Thank goodness. But, right? Like, make it fun for your kid. I don't know. Go have fun with it yourself, too. I eat that pizza. I'll take a personal pan pizza, thank you. Where's leaf blower guy at? Thank you, baby. She knocked on wood. Man, I wonder when Bird Congress is going to be over. They've been meeting every day for the last month to have this out.
Doing my own reading a little bit. The statistics are a little misleading because it also counts people that are like PSL.
It should, though. It should. It should. If you are ESL and you're living in America, right, and you can't speak English, you are behind everybody else. So that those should be wrapped up in the statistic. There's so many people that are second generation immigrant families, right, where their parents came here, didn't quite learn English, but they were born here. Those are the people that are being affected by that gap, right? That ESL gap. So it has to be. That's part of it, right? Would you ever take your child to a country where you didn't speak the language and you couldn't get around? No.
There's definitely more resources in place in the U.S. with not having a national language. Like a lot of companies having the duty to provide materials in someone's native language.
Yeah. I know that we technically don't, but we do. The national language of America is English. Period. People speak different languages. We make accommodations for people who can't speak languages, tourists, immigrants, and such. But the truth of the matter is, if you do not read English and speak English in this society, you are a light year and a half behind everybody else. So we can't ignore those. Those are people. They cannot read. They're living in society without being able to read. They're part of the numbers.
Would you have the same criticisms of them?
What do you mean?
Like, they should... that it's their fault that their kids can't read, even though they...
If they are migrants, right? Let's say that you came here, right? And you've been living here for 10, 15 years, and you decide to pop out a kid. Yes. If you make the decision to have a child, you make the decision to educate that child. So you need, if you're going to make that decision, you need to go and make sure you can speak English. Because raising your child in a world that doesn't speak their language, where they have no social mobility, I've seen it in schools. I worked at a school that had profound, like it was more ESL than English first language. And those kids are profoundly behind everybody else. Special classes, remedial classes, not functioning on the state test at all because they can't quantify it. It's a huge problem. Huge problem. We can't pretend that these people are here temporarily or that eventually they'll just learn this shit. They don't. If you're not deliberately taught. And see, the thing is with kids too, ESL children, that's the best time to train them. Children are the easiest people in the world to teach a language to because their brains are just tuned for it. They're like little sponges. The neuroplasticity is crazy. I know they're having this same kind of problem in Europe, right? It's just a different migrant group. North African migrants, Middle Eastern migrants, right? Coming to a German-speaking country or an English-speaking country or a Finnish-speaking country, can't communicate, can't read, can't write, can't spell. It's a huge issue, and it has to be addressed. That's typically what ends up happening, and that's a good thing. If you have an ESL kid who has gone through the ringer and now they're helping their parents, fuck, that's about the best you can hope, right? But unfortunately, that doesn't.
Well, it's a little problematic with like medical stuff. Like it's better to have a translator than a family member, so they're not recontextualizing things.
Well, I mean, it's better. Yeah, it's better to be able to speak in the country that you live in and to be able to get a doctor to explain to you exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's why like medical translators exist, is because the concern is that like if
a family member will soften it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they'll misunderstand it. Like, especially if it's like a little kid and it's talking about like a big medical thing.
For sure. Yeah. It's a huge problem. It consumes my mind lately because when I look around at how crazy everything is, how politics don't make sense anymore, how everybody's fucking 180 degrees wrong on everything all the time, and I cannot help but believe that illiteracy has a huge component in that. You know, I think that if people could read, they would have access to historical perspective, and that would create critical thinkers. Yes, it is the job of a parent to teach their child to read. And so if I were a migrant parent, right, I would avail myself of any kind of program that I could to learn how to speak English myself. I would not leave that to my child. That is because I would feel a duty to that child to make sure that they could maneuver around in society in ways that I wasn't able to, right? So I just don't like, just because somebody's poor and under pressure doesn't remove the critique from me. If you're gonna fuck and have a kid, you better be ready to raise that child. It's not an oopsie. It's not an accidental thing that everybody goes through that you've just got to deal with. You made a positive choice. And you're dealing with the fucking endless repercussions of it. Repercussions that will outlast you. People don't think of having kids like that. It's social grease for them. It's an Instagram pic for them. It's, you know, so they can be like other people. It's social mobility, right? It's not, I've got a human fucking being here, and their whole life is going to be dependent on how I take care of them. That's not what people are thinking when they spit out a child. Yeah. Look at the birth rates amongst college educated people versus the birth rates amongst non-college educated people.
It's lower
Way lower.
because they have like the education to seek out those resources for like birth control and family planning and stuff.
Not only that, but they have the ability to contextualize the act of having a child beyond just the normal social reasons for having a child. They have the historical context for how unstable the world can be. They have the political context to know whether or not they want to bring a child into that area, right? They have all of this other stuff. Absolutely. So the birth rate of college educated people is significantly lower than non-college educated people. This is what Fat Mike said. The idiots are taking over. Dumb parents create dumb kids. And you want to watch a parent with a kid that's having educational problems get mad, you tell them that. You tell them, damn, maybe you shouldn't have had a kid, huh? Maybe you weren't ready for that responsibility. Oh, fuck you, man. Tell me how to raise my kid. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Confidently, defensively incorrect. Uh-ohs. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Sucks, right? Should we restrict birth? I don't even know how that works, bro. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know by what function would you do that. Cool sweater, I know. Got my own face on my sweater. Isn't that great? I don't know what mechanism, like from my perspective, the only thing you can do is raise the tide, right? Call attention to it, and hopefully there's a sea change in parenting where people start taking responsibility for their own ignorance that they're passing along to their children like a hereditary disease. And you know, the only way that that's going to happen is to continue to fucking push for it, right? I really don't know any other way to do it. I don't know how you're going to be over everybody's shoulder 24/7 making sure they don't fuck raw. So I think the world would be in a better fucking place if we did have somebody looking over your shoulder to make sure you don't fuck raw if you're stupid. But well, what does that even look like? You know what I mean? I know, dude. That one chirping bird is BTFO in that other bird, bro. Financial incentive to get sterilized. That could partially work. If you made it a juicy enough incentive, that maybe could work. But I think you'd have to give people a lot of money. You ever in a debate class? No. There was a debate team at high school that I did a couple of little things with or whatever, but I was never in the class. I did it for like a public speaking extracurricular credit or whatever the fuck. You know, there'd be crazy dumbs pumping out more kids though. It'd have to be a life-changing amount. Yeah, I know. You'd have to give people like, come down, it would have to be you and your partner, right? So if you've got a partner, come down, you and your partner get snipped, we give you $1 million. Both of you though. Both sides of the coin got to get snipped. So like for one male surgery and one female surgery, $1 million between the two of you. You guys get to split $1 million. There you go. Oh yeah. One male surgery, one female surgery, you come in and neither one of you has to pay taxes. They'd be barred from adoption as well, obviously. Obviously. It's inventive eugenics. Greed eugenics. What if you're already snipped? Ooh, you missed the bus, bro. No, you get nothing. You missed the bus. Snipped too early to get paid. Should have held out, man. Should have kept them swimmers swimming for another few years, bro. It would trigger the shit out of the religious nuts too. Oh, there would be tons of them that were triggered in public but went and got that $1 million in private. Oh, it'd be great. I think that could actually work, but I just don't think that there's any kind of political will for such a thing. What if you shoot blanks? Yeah, like me. I'm functionally infertile, so I don't think I get the money. You know what I mean? I get screwed out of the equation, but that's okay. I'm willing to set that aside. I'm willing to be salty about that and let it go. Okay? Just don't tell them. Oh yeah, how are they gonna know? Just be like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking potent. Shooting a big fucking teeming loads. Overpopulation isn't the problem, though. Education, yes, that is true. But piling an insane amount of unwanted children on a broken education system isn't working. So, you know what I mean? 45-1 in California classrooms. You guys know what those numbers mean? 45 students to 1 teacher. You know how many kids were in my 2nd grade class? 12. You think that has a problem? You think that's part of the issue? I think it is. I have 4 with 1 on the way, and I take total responsibility for my children's education. I'll give as many kids as the universe gives us. I'm trying to raise productive, critical thinking adults. Cool. Good for you. Yep. It's been slowly but surely creeping up over the last 30 years. So I was in school in the 80s and 90s, right? I graduated in 98, so I started kindergarten in 86 or 85. And my class sizes coming up through elementary and middle school usually hovered somewhere around between 10 and 15 students, all the way through middle school. There might have been a few more. There might have been like 20 kids in my 8th grade class, right? I'm a baby. Pretty old baby. When I was in the 4th grade, they combined us with the 5th graders. We had like 40 students in our classroom. This is around 2003. Yeah. Well, I worked in the same. See, I have a kind of a weird perspective on this because I grew up and then was working at the same schools I attended as a child. So the one that I always use as an example, because I did K through 6 there, is Millview Elementary School in Madera, California. I attended that school and I worked at that school for 8 years. And like I said, the same classrooms that I sat in with 12 kids now have 40 children in them. Yes? Trump. What does Trump do when he feels his tummy rumbling? He takes a dump. Where does he take that dump? I think you know where he takes that dump. Right in his pants. There's a dude with a shit in his pants right now that's about to be president for 4 years, y'all. And he's got a shit in his pants right now, guaranteed. A big, liquidy McDonald's shit in that 4XL adult diaper that he wears. And he about to be president, bro. It's wild. Liquidy, loose stool, because all he eats is fast food. Just cramming burgers down, and it comes out liquidy and chunky. And it's right there in the diaper, and everybody around him can smell it and hear it coming out. Yep. It's diaper town over there, dude. 4 more years, baby. Stop talking about that, please. If you don't like it, you can skibbity scroll away, bitch. Like, what on this earth makes you think that you can walk into my backyard and tell me what not to talk about? Like, what misconception have you been laboring under that makes you think you can walk up in my backyard and tell me what I can and can't talk about? How did you get so misinformed? Yeah. I don't think Matt Gaetz is going to make it through the confirmation process for Attorney General, but maybe I'm wrong. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Yeah, dude. Freedom of speech, dude. I agree, dude. Freedom of speech. Fuck me. Oh, God, we're doomed. Can I share a win with you guys? Is that okay? I want to share a win with you guys. I'm going to show you guys something, dude. And this is just the God's honest truth. So like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, this exact sweater fit me like this. And now look at it. Dude, I've lost a really significant amount of weight, and it feels good. That's just like a crazy representation to me, because I used to fill this whole sweater out, man. Oh, D. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know you were coming up, homie. I didn't know you were coming up, little homie. Are you cold? Do you want to go inside and get a burrito? Do you need to go inside and get a burrito? Want to go in? Okay. We'll take you inside. You go get a burrito. Oh. Whew. I'm still fat as fuck. Not gonna lie. But, man, I'm way less fat than I used to be, bro. How'd I lose all the weight? I changed my diet. I don't have a goal weight necessarily. I will tell you that I started at 367 pounds. And I was, so I'm 6'1", 367. I was huge. Okay, that's just way too close to that 4 number that I've never wanted to. Dude, my whole life, never seen that 4 on the scale. But being up in them high 3s, man, horrifying. I don't really have a goal weight. My goal is to feel healthy, right? And that's happening day to day, right? And that's just a little thing. It's a little noticeable thing. I remember pulling this sweater on and just my bulk filled it, right? It was tight against my skin when I put it on. And now I'm just like, I could put another one of me in here. You know what I mean? The new beard, not for you. I'm sorry you don't think so. But my facial hair isn't run by committee. So I guess you can go fuck yourself. I'd instantly go merched here if you came out with a freedom of speech, you retard shirt. Oh boy. Any specific type of diet? Yeah. I don't eat meat. I went pescatarian is what they call it, right? And I didn't do that necessarily for weight loss, but it's definitely like kicked that into overdrive. So I eat fish, I eat eggs and cheese, but I don't eat any red meat, any poultry, pork, any of that, right? And I haven't for over a year. And as a result of that, plus me being more active, I do yoga and stuff. I've lost close to 80 pounds, give or take. one bad thing about getting fit is buying new clothes. One good thing about being born in the 90s is that shit being super oversized is how I want it to be. Everything was baggy in the 90s, bro. So it's just like, dude, I can wear all these fat guy sweaters. This sweater feels great to be in now, dude. It's like its own little fucking, it's like wearing a blanket, you know? I find it strange that people don't consider fish to be meat. I do consider fish to be meat. Just not red meat, right? Well, it was easier for me because I had like really fucked up textural issues with meat my whole life. And because I lived in such a meat dominant society, I just kind of like my whole life forced myself to eat meat. And specifically, like, because I couldn't handle the sinew, the cartilage, the ribbon of fat, I just don't like eating. I have really horrible textural issues with that. What I gravitated towards my whole life was this low quality ground meat, right? Sausages, ground chuck, eating hamburgers and hot dogs and pepperonis on pizza and sausages on pizza, right? Like that's what I would eat because you know, when you work the meat down to that processed form, it's kind of uniform texturally. Who cares, bud? About 200 people. About 200 people and growing. Who cares? Look up. They care. You look like you eat humans. Only your mom. Only your mom. I eat that bitch like a fucking pie eating contest, bro. Hands behind the back. Face only. I love watching this channel, even though we don't agree on much. We have some similar beliefs. Cool. Neat. That beard style isn't doing it for you, man. I like your beard before. Damn, I'll let the beard committee know. By the way, I think that you should get a mohawk right now. Since we've got a committee on everybody's facial hair, I think you should shave, but get a reverse mohawk. Shave just the middle and leave the sides. Since we're doing fucking personal hygiene and personal style committee, I think you should dress like a clown everywhere you go. How's that? How about this? You keep your dumbass opinion to yourself, and I'll let you hang out in here. How's that work? Otherwise, you can just watch with all the other fucking band. The walking band. Dude, there's a whole horde of these shambling motherfuckers watching right now that can't type in here. You can join that. How about that? Keep your dumbass, unsolicited, retarded opinion to your motherfucking self, or get the fuck out. How about that? We chill? These motherfuckers just like way too used to being skibbity anonymous online, pop off in a motherfucker's face like that and expect to fucking just be, okay, yeah, dude, thanks for the... That ain't how it works in real life, motherfucker. You bring that energy in fucking public, somebody's gonna slap your mouth up for you. I'm more than happy to be that guy. You never see these motherfuckers bring that energy into public, though. Where are they at? There's tens of thousands of them here, but out in public, little church mice. Polite. Polite as fuck. Yes, sir. No, sir. I have actual proof of this concept, by the way. There's a little dude, and I say little because I mean 3 apples high, that hates me, right? Hates my fucking guts. But he's come to my meetups, and when he comes to my meetups, hi there, Paul. How's it going? None of that fucking energy comes up out his pie hole. It's interesting. That energy just like goes. Hey there, Paul. How's it going? Nope. Not a single motherfucker comes up and tells me the beard ain't working in the wild. Isn't that crazy? Little church mice. Beep, 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 beep. Out here on the internet, though. Hey, man, that beard look fucking retarded. Keep that same energy in public, motherfucker. Sad motherfuckers, bro. You can tell when a motherfucker comes with that energy that they're just cucked as fuck in their life. They never stand on business. Ever. Right? And I don't think they know it, but they just broadcast it. So cucked. So subservient and quiet like a little church mouse in public. But I do the same shit myself? You think so? You want to test it? You want to test if I stand on business? Because we can do that. How about this, Ms. Michael? You want to get a little closer? You want to get a little closer? You know what this is, right? Why don't you give me a Discord hit up? I'll put you on speaker. At Paul Zigo on Discord. Go ahead and add me and let me know what your name is. I'll give you a buzz. We'll get a little closer. We'll see if I stand on business. Where's the church mouse? Psst, 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 psst. I do keep the same energy in public. Then give me a call and keep that energy. Where's Ms. Michael at? Where's the church mouse? Where's Mr. Whispers go? Did he scurry? Where you at, Ms. Michael? You got time to camp my chat? You ain't got time to pick up a Discord call? Hit me up, bro. Get a little closer to me. Get a little closer and let's see who stands on business. Discord, 100%, at Paul Zigo. Add me and let me know what your name is so I can accept it and call you right now. We waiting. We waiting, little church mouse. What do you want to talk about? You're the one coming in here, right? You came into my shit Are we clear on how this interaction went? You came into my shit. You had some out-of-pocket shit to say to me that you would never say to my face. I invited you to call me and work through those problems. Now you don't know what we're talking about? What's wrong, church mouse? You were so confident and brolic earlier. Now that you're on the fence, you don't know what we're going to talk about? What's up, church mouse? Your next shit better be your fucking profile name on Discord so I can add you. I don't even want to see. If his next shit isn't his profile name, if it's more church mouse squeaking, just give him a ban. Big mouth when he's behind his online shit but doesn't want to step up. I'm going to put him on a clock too. Here we go. 20, 19, 18. Mez Michael number 9001. He made it, guys. Did you add me? Every now and then I get a little bit lonely when you're never coming round. You've got to add me, homie. Waiting for that ad, homie. I'm just going to keep refreshing the friend requests here. Taking you quite a long time. I'm wondering what the holdup is. Wondering what the holdup is. Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, he made it. Man, you got to put these motherfuckers on a timer. All right, you're accepted. Let's pop in. Hold up 1 second, homie. Let me get you on the speaker. All right, how we doing there, boss?
I'm doing good. How are you? Let me mute your stream. There we go.
How did I know? Hey, man. So what's going on? You seem
Oh,
to
not
have
much.
you seem to have a litany
let
of
me
issues.
throw my context in real quick.
Okay, go ahead and throw context
so I
in
was-
for
I was
why.
just
So hold on.
scrolling.
Let's get right on. Let's make sure we're on point, right? You
Yeah, go
decided that you wanted to come in and critique my personal style today.
No, I didn't do that. Let's review my message history.
Okay, let's do it.
Because unless I've misremembered something that I've said, all that I've said is basically, why do you care what other people like have? Like, some of this is, in my opinion, like, of course, people will be more. What is the word? Aggressive, retarded online.
Behind, hold on, behind an anonymous face.
Yeah, it's air gapped. It's air gapped, of course, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, conflict, people today especially are anti-conflict because they're pampered and haven't gone through conflict, especially conflict that isn't going to hurt you.
They're pro-conflict. They're pro-conflict under anonymous circumstances, and they're anti-conflict when they have to take responsibility for their position.
Yeah. Fair enough. I might dissect this into because like I would view that it like this is conflict, but it's not aggressive or dark conflict. It's just, here's my idea, here's your idea, we agree, we can even get aggressive towards each other, but at the end of the day, we're communicating one-to-one. Whereas what they're doing is more like, look, I'm going to put up this shield and then shoot rockets at you so you can't see me.
Right.
So it's cowardice.
I agree.
My position, so I have, like, beard's cool. Like, I have a mustache. If I could grow a beard, I would. Modern problems. My thing is, why, like, so context, I'm scrolling through, and I hit yours via shorts.
Sure.
And You're just raging about people attacking you and your appearance. My question is, why do you even care?
So
Like we
how
both know
long
these
how
people
long
are
were you
relevant.
how long were you listening to the stream? Like do you remember? Was it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like
I
that?
don't know. I'm like 2 minutes in, joined, and you're just highly aggressive against
Okay.
nobody's online.
So
And
you
so my
had
question
this
is
is
like,
an
why?
hold on.
Why?
So this
Yeah,
is
go
an
ahead.
81-minute stream now, right?
Fair enough.
And you've watched 2 minutes of it. And
Fair
you
enough.
can and you came with a zero. Hold on. And you came with a zero context comment, right?
That's fair.
So why? You don't have a clue
Well,
what I've been talking about for 81 minutes. You think I've been sitting here for 81 minutes crying about my beard?
But you are also publicly broadcasting, and you didn't also have to even respond to me at all. This is kind of my point. Why do you care that some rando that hasn't been talking to you more than 2 minutes? Like, to be honest,
why do you
I
care?
shouldn't be able
Why do
to
you
get
care?
in-
Why do you care about some rando that you've only been watching for 2 minutes?
Well, to be honest, because I love this kind of conflict.
Oh,
like I really
so you're a
enjoy
shit
talking
stirrer.
to people like this.
So you're a shit stirrer.
No.
You're a shit
Because
disturber.
if you're just stirring shit, then it's useless.
But
and
you've
you're
got a
wasting time.
philosophical end goal for being a shit disturber. For being a cowardly, anonymous shit disturber that watches somebody for a minute and then comes out of their mouth like they know that person or what they've been talking about.
Again. What was my comments? What did I say to you? My entire position was, why do you care what a fuckboy says?
Right.
And you're in a channel with a fuckboy caring about what a fuckboy says.
So you said you're a fuckboy?
Well, this is your basically argument. I'm an anonymous fuckboy. I'm bothering you. Why do I care? My preposition back to you, not preposition. My argument back to you is same appeal. Why do you care?
Okay, I'll answer it. I'll answer your question directly, even. So I know you've only known me for 2 minutes, but I do this, what I'm doing here, for a living and have for 10 years. I own a podcasting business, right? I make decent money doing what I do.
That's good.
And I care about the conversation. So if you go back on this channel and look at my lives, you will find that I am live sometimes 4 hours at a clip, twice a day here. Because I, appreciate conversation, and I always have. I've been a conversationalist since I was like 5 years old, okay? I love it. And when people like you, who have zero context, who are admitted shit disturbers, come in and ask impertinent questions, right? I answer them with the energy that I would give you in public. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but like, well, to be honest, like if we actually engaged this conversation in public, I imagine it would go much the same way. Like if we were standing in public and then you were just
I don't think you would have walked up. No, that's not what happened. What was happening is a group of people were having a private conversation over here, and you walked in. No. Let's get this right. Bunch of people. Listen, there are 10 million of these going on right now. There are 10 million of these going.
It's a town square. You walked into the town square.
You
started talking. People that know you came up around you.
Okay.
And they're listening. Some of them are responding back to you.
Yes.
And people making comments as they pass by.
Right.
I'm one of these people that's making comments as you pass by.
Right.
And all I see is you're angry about something specific, and I made a comment of, well, I don't know why he's angry about this specific thing.
Right. With less than a minute of context.
Yeah. Well, this is my point. I would have been gone and out the door like minutes ago. Like immediately, because all my thing was like, this is like my entire thing. Why are you angry? Or why do you care?
So you would have been out the door minutes ago. So isn't doing this as a content creator the right thing then? Didn't I retain your viewership?
If we're gonna go down, well, you're not retaining my viewership.
I'm not.
This is good for you. Why? Absolutely.
I'm
not a viewer anymore. I'm not a viewer anymore. I'm engaging. I am the content. You're farming me. You're farming me like Asmund farms fuckboys.
I'm farming you?
Yeah. Why do you think you got me on a call? I'm not a relevant person.
Because I wanted to give you the opportunity to bring the energy that you brought in my chat and to explain yourself.
And I have, and I have.
Have you?
My entire thing has just been, why do you care what other people think? And so far, all I'm really getting is because I monetize it. And to be honest,
I
if
work.
that's
This
the
is my
case,
job.
fair enough.
This
I don't
is my
have an
fucking
argument
job.
against that.
This is my fucking job.
Yeah. No,
And
like,
I happen to I
would-
happen to think that it is a good use of my time to have conversations with people from all over the fucking world. I love it. But
Oh, yeah,
when
but
dumb motherfuckers, hold on,
man,
hold on.
I can't comment on that.
But
I
as a
can't
streamer,
comment on that. It would
so
be
you watch other
hubris.
streamers? Do you watch other streamers?
Very
Obviously
rarely.
you do.
I'm not a streamer person.
Sure, but you were scrolling through today, bored, right? And you found me, right?
Yeah, I was watching shorts and
So-
it gave me your live stream. And you're
So
just
if you-
mad
if
that
you- if
people
you-
are like mad at your beard.
Okay,
And
no,
I'm just
I'm
confused
not.
why you care about
I'm
them.
really not though. See, so you have
All right,
no
all right,
context
fair
on the
enough,
conversation.
fair enough.
One
Well, dude,
person,
okay, if you're
one
gonna-
person.
If you're just gonna repeat over and over what
Huh?
I've admitted to you and can yield it to you, yes, I have no context. Yes, I've only viewed it for 2 minutes. Why don't you focus on like the portions that are relevant to me? You've already stated that. If you simply want to restate that I shouldn't be speaking to you because I haven't been paying attention for a long period of time, then actually put it in practice and just kick me out of this channel. I won't
Well,
feel
I
bad.
do. As you can see, people routinely get banned for saying retarded shit in here.
Well, I would assume that those people are going to the next level. Like, I hope that I have not made the mistake that I've like used ad hominem on you or anything like that. So I hope that I haven't made like logical fallacies or disrespected you from a.
No, I don't. I'm not accusing you of a logical fallacy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying. Like, I want to make sure that what I'm saying is at least truthful from my ability to say it, right? And so.
Well, don't you think context is part of that truth?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I will tell you if you.
I also can't get access to context that was previous, and
But
my
you can
comment
sit.
was,
You can sit and listen before you pop off at the mouth, can't you? Yes, fair enough. Yeah, you can.
On the other hand, comments are good for engagement for you. So
100%.
the more comments that happen, the more viewership you'll get.
Absolutely. But I like people who are.
I apologize.
Right? No. I like when people provide comments that are on topic and relevant to the conversation. I don't like when shit disturbers come in, watch for a minute, and then pop off at the mouth with some shit they would never say to my face.
Well, I understand the appeal. My question back, because I think that if you blow up, you have to deal with that issue differently. Because otherwise, all your content will be is dealing with people not paying attention, like me strolling through, making a comment, leaving. Because if you have 10,000 viewers, okay, like, you can't do this. It's impossible. You'll just get bogged down with people that are literally just targeting you to be fuckboys.
You're saying I can't do this. And I just got done telling you that I have over a decade of doing this for a living, and I'm pulling up on 20 years as a YouTuber.
No, I'm sorry. There must be some miscommunication in my previous statement. I'm not saying like that what you're doing now is infeasible now or impossible now. You're doing it as we speak. This very case would disprove that argument and make me stupid. What I'm saying is that if you get to the point where you're pulling 2,000 viewers in a stream instead of just using this stream as an example, 300.
I pull 2,000 viewers a stream on my main podcast all the time.
And you're able to function this way without the chat just ripping you apart.
Yes, constantly.
That's insanity.
Isn't it great?
Every chat I've seen that's like, I watch a few streamers that are apologetics, right? And they have to just shut the stupid shit down, and you get in a queue to talk to the person.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the person is just like mute.
Yeah. I can't do that. So the way that I run my chat is, as of right now, there are probably 10 wrenches that show up to every stream. Right? I only wrench people who are dedicated, and this is actually good that you brought this up, because I can explain this to you, and you can tell me how you feel about it, right? So I enforce a minimum standard in my streams, right? I have this rule. if you wouldn't sit across from me because that's where I am, right? You're on the internet to me. From my perspective, you're the internet.
Yeah, I've taken one step closer.
Right, I'm
sitting. I'm still anonymous.
Right, you are. I'm sitting in my backyard though. So here's my rule. If you were sitting across from me, and it's not even an intimidation thing, it's a general politeness thing. In my backyard, I want you to come at me with the same energy that you would have sitting right here with me, right?
Yeah, well, you want the masculine understanding that at any time, any conversation can become violent, and therefore you will be respectful towards the other people.
I want mutual respect. I want mutual respect.
But that's what it is.
I want mutual respect.
If I were to sit across from you, though, and begin to say things that were out of pocket, you would probably either remove yourself or punch me, right?
No.
Hypothetically.
I would remove you. I would remove you.
Okay, well, that assumes that I'm going to get up and leave and do what you say.
No, that assumes that you're going to be able to stop me. That assumes you're going to be. You're talking about being on my property in my backyard. That assumes you're going to be able to stop me from grabbing you by your ear like a toddler and giving you a shoe in the ass to send you on your way.
I mean, fair enough, but welcome to 2024, where everybody can just be a coward. I can press assault charges and sue you.
That's the point, right?
I agree with you. I think that's what you should be able to do.
100%.
I'm more talking about the structure of conversation. Like if we were out in the middle of the woods, not on your property, so it's neutral ground, gray ground,
right?
And I were to start to say shit to you that was out of pocket. Like, outside of what you would actually do,
do you take me as a violent person?
No,
okay.
I know.
Good, because I'm not.
So to be clear, when I'm attributing these things, I'm not attributing them to you. I'm attributing to the template person.
Okay.
So when I say I'll stop using you and I'll start using person or people.
Okay.
So I do apologize for that.
No, that's okay.
In no context am I projecting things onto you. I'm trying to talk about abstract people.
Yeah.
So if two abstract people are in the forest,
yes,
and one person starts saying out-of-pocket stuff to the second one, they should expect a response, and thus that expected response, whether it actually ever happens or not, is irrelevant, keeps the conversation civil. Because I can't all of a sudden say, like, X person you love is evil and I will attack them. Like, if I were to say that and you believed it, I should expect
me to punch your face. Right.
Exactly. Right. So
right. That's my point. Right.
Is,
so I am trying to enforce that in-person standard to the best of my ability here online, because I think throwaway 1 minute of context, shit disturbing comments are not pushing any kind of conversation forward.
I mean, if somebody comes in and says like, you look ugly. No, I 100% agree. Just like that person's.
But is lol, dude? Why do you even care, bro? Is that far away from dude, you're ugly in your mind?
No, I think it's completely different. One's an ad hominem attack, and the other is a question of why you value the perceptions of people that don't value you.
Well, now that well, the people do value me.
I do apologize that like my comment doesn't convey the true context of what I'm trying to say. Like, it literally did say what you said.
Well, that's why I wanted to give you this opportunity.
What other people think, yeah.
It's hard to do that with the limitations of typing in the chat. I wanted to give you this opportunity.
I 100%, like, all my troubles with girls I've dated has been over text bullshit.
Of course.
So I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And honestly, to give you credit, I do this quite often when somebody, like, it's not everybody, but I will do what I call the Eye of Sauron, where somebody will make a confident comment, and I will give them the opportunity to come and meet me. And do you know how often that actually happens? Very, very rarely does somebody actually take me up. I would imagine
rarely.
Yeah, very rarely.
I've run admin communities for games, and that gets toxic because I ban people. And so as soon as I ban people, they attack, right? So
I know all about that, dude. I had a Discord server that was huge that I nuked because my mods couldn't keep the drama fucking tamped down and shit. You're talking to a guy like the whole your question though, ultimately was a good question, because you're talking to a guy that doesn't like that the internet like I agree with you. The internet is a new public space. Nobody's going and standing on the soapbox anymore, except for a couple of places like Speaker Square in New York and shit, right? This is
Yeah, but that's almost prearranged events
exactly,
at this point.
exactly. This is where it's happening now, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like that the place that this is happening, that social grace that keeps people from being retarded face to face, just doesn't exist here, right? And so if you go to another streamer's stream where they have a policy of just ignoring that shit, right? Then they can't use their comment section. They can't have a conversation because when they look at their shit, it's nothing but emojis, spam, fat, ugly beard. This guy looks like before I did this to my beard, it was Hagrid every fucking day. It was Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Nobody, and when I was just out in public all day yesterday. I was just out in public all day yesterday. I went to the movies. I took my wife to dinner. We went to the movies and shit. I was out in public all day. Do you know how many people?
Oh, zero.
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 Zero. Not one.
Dude, I've looked horrible sometimes. Like, got my face fucked up, and nobody says anything except my friends, and they ask what happened.
Right.
That's it. Real, like, that was sort of part of my thought process, which is like, because some of this goes back to like, don't feed the trolls type thought process.
Well, I am a troll. I'm a troll, so I feed them. I think trolls are incredibly important. I think getting under people's skin reveals.
You're talking about the fool, the jester from the old courts, and he was the true rule of the jester wasn't to make the king laugh. He did that, but the true rule of the jester was to say to the king, you should do this.
Right.
And everybody else
he was
would
the
say
only
that the king would be killed.
Right. The jester was the only person that could speak truth to power because there was this troll moniker over his head.
It was masqueraded in. Maybe I'm joking.
Right. I've been
it
doing
might
that
just
my
be
whole life,
a
bro.
joke.
I've been trolling
Yeah.
since before the internet. I was a CB radio troll. I used to cuss out truckers when I was 8 years old. I did it from 8 to like 13. This was pre-internet shit though. And so I love trolls. But I have an expectation of them.
I would argue that there's two types of trolls, right?
Yeah.
There's trolls that walk around and they have like the slight smile and they point stuff out and people laugh.
Right.
And then there's a second type of troll which just comes in and says, Hey, I think you're stupid.
Pick me.
Hey,
look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Right. That's the basest form of trolling is look at me, give me
Well, yeah, it's those are the script kiddies
right.
to hackers. Those are the 4-year-olds to the NFL players.
You know what, dude? You're not a bad guy. You see that? See,
but this is good when you actually talk to them. This is not being an asshole.
This is a good object lesson, right? Because you and we're all at odds each other in the fucking chat. We're up each other's asses. We're rubbing each other the wrong way. Now we're having a talk like two normal fucking people because we got a little closer, right? We got a little closer in proximity. This is a little more me talking to you now, right?
Yeah. Well, I view conflict that's not aggressive, like rubbing two pieces of sandpaper together, like wood and sandpaper together.
Right.
And so eventually they mesh together, and so you get a smoother surface.
As iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
Right. Wow. Well, yeah, man. I mean, if you got any other questions, I'm here. But, I invite you to hang around and get a little context and see that I don't just whine about people being mean about my beard all day.
For reference, I think the beard's great.
Thanks.
I think beards should come back in.
I do.
I wish I could grow a full beard.
How old are you? How old are you?
Dude, I'm 29.
Yeah.
My uncle couldn't grow a full beard until he was 34.
Dude, you and I are Dude, I wanted a beard more than anything my whole fucking life, and I could not grow a beard until my 30s. I was like 32 when it finally connected up and started looking like a beard. So hang in there, bro. Hang in there.
I might be able to pull the goatee. I'm going to try it again.
Yeah.
Last time it was patchy.
That's how you start. That's how you start. You start with the goat, and if that grows in, you let it happen, man. I believe. All right, dude. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for the chat.
No, I get it. It was fun.
Yeah, bud.
Stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one, man.
Adios.
There you go. Object lesson, right? It matters. Your communication matters. And being able to find that neutral ground with a person is worth pursuing, even in a situation like this, right? It's worth pursuing. If it wasn't worth pursuing, that could never happen, right? So we like those types of things. We like when we see our prescriptions play out in real time. And yeah, very much. Very cool. Very nice. Well, I mean, like, look, dude, that's kind of the point I'm making, is that kind of closer conversation enforces a certain amount of social grace in people, myself included, right? And I want to get closer to that. Like, I want to get closer to that. That's why I do these, right? That's why I'm here. OD.
Just lame that they can't just do it there.
True. True dat. How am I doing this morning? I feel pretty good. I got some good sleep last night. I get good sleep most nights. I feel okay. Yes, I listen to MF Doom. Kind of hard for me to listen to him now because he's gone. It's so sad. He's so young to die like that. That one hit me in the gut, Doom dying. That one was tough for me. I usually don't, get all that invested in celebrity death, but sometimes it's just hard to. It's like another one that really hit me in the gut was P.S. Hoffman. As an actor, I so looked up to his career, and he was so young, and he had so many beautiful pieces of art still left to make, and I'm just so sad, Those things have been hard in my life. Watching people that I look up to artistically die way too young. And that's been a typical thing, for my generation. You give me it's all a conspiracy man vibes. Isn't it though?
Conspiracy of accountants and lawyers. That's mine.
Yep. Lawyers and accountants rule the world. No. I'm not a stereotypical conspiracy guy. I think the world, the earth is an oblique sphere. I think that the sun is the center of our solar system and all of that, stuff. I do think jet fuel can melt steel beams. Okay. I do think that 9/11, like those buildings came down because they were hit by airplanes. No, the circumstances by which, I believe we went to the moon. Yes. I'm not a moon conspiracy guy. I don't believe Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landing. What else? What's another like real popular conspiracy theory these days? I don't believe in like reptilians or whatever. I don't believe in satanic cults running things. Yeah, flat Earth. We already talked about that. I said, I know that the planet Earth is an oblique sphere.
I believe climate change is happening.
I believe climate change is happening, and I believe that human beings are influencing it. I don't believe that there are rich people harvesting the adrenochrome of young people to do it as a drug. I don't think that's happening. I don't think Bigfoot is real. No. As much as I want him to be real, because I think he'd probably be pretty chill to chill with, if you could get past that language barrier, I don't think he's out there. They're actually turning the frogs gay, though. Yeah, true. What else? I don't know that here are the conspiracies that I believe. All right, I'll give you a big one, right? And this is just like a proven conspiracy. The United States created a false flag attack in the Gulf of Tonkin to justify the United States getting involved in Southeast Asia. So we're talking about the Vietnam War, right? So the Vietnam War was predicated on a lie and a fake attack, okay? Here's another piece that I know for a fact. Couple of months before the 9/11 attacks, George W. Bush was handed a dossier that outlined those attacks. So people in our government knew those attacks were coming and were incapable of stopping them or didn't stop them on purpose. Check. Okay, so that a lot of people would say that puts me in tinfoil hat territory. Here's another conspiracy. I believe that the United States has been engaged in a concentrated campaign of fomenting coups in nations. Funding the both sides of a war to destabilize countries, funding hit squads to take out the leaders of countries so that they can be replaced with United States puppets. The most, obvious and I think stark example of this would be the murder of Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh and his replacement with the Shah Reza Aslan. So basically, Mohammad Mossadegh, among other things, was nationalizing the Iranian oil fields away from Western companies and, taking the oil that was underneath his country and using the profit from selling that oil on the international market to make life better for people. And that just wasn't going to do. That wasn't going to do. So Mohammad Mossadegh was killed in a CIA-backed coup, and his replacement, the Shah Reza Aslan, was installed as a Western puppet who turned Iran into a sectarian nightmare state and set the stage for the Iranian Revolution when, what was his fucking name? trying to remember the fundamentalist guy that eventually took over Iran's name, and it's fleeing my fucking brain right now. Ollie North. No. Yeah, Ayatollah Khomeini. Yes, there you go. Ayatollah Khomeini was in exile in France because Reza Aslan did not allow religious fundamentalism. And he, because of the discontent caused by the enormously bourgeois king over the fucking Iranian people, he was able to come in, foment a revolution in the country, and now Iran is an Islamo-fascist nightmare state. You see? Thanks, America. So there's another one that I believe is the Matrix real? Yes. So I'm a simulation theorist. Right? So yes, I believe that it is far more likely that we are living in a massively complex simulation than that we are in the one universe that is real. So here's how we get that, right? One of the things that we know that intelligent species, conscious species like ourselves do, is we create simulacra, right? And so from very early on, we started to model our universe. And now we are doing it visually and in audio form, right? We are creating simulations, right? So on a long enough time scale, these simulations get more and more impossible to determine from reality. When you expand that out by millions of years, you get the idea that it is functionally likely that many intelligent species exist in the universe, and that each one of them has pursued these incredibly complex simulations. So there are likely, who knows, numbers wise, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of simulacra, universes in simulation down to the gnat's ass, and maybe one real universe. Right? For the formation of rights. Define simulacrum.
Simulacrum means an image or representation of someone or something.
Are you going to shut up? PhD corrector up in this motherfucker. Like... I took both pills. Morpheus was like, you have a choice. Take the red pill or take the blue pill. You go back to your life. Everything, you forget all of this like it never happened. Take the red pill. And as soon as he did that, I went, whoop. Now what, bitch? I took the purple pill. we will surely be collectively diminished in our cognitive processes when we fully embrace AI. Yes, absolutely. Dude, it's the Butlerian jihad from Dune deep lore, right? So in the Dune universe, one of the things that happened in the human timescale was that these massive, powerful AIs were created. They created synthetic beings that handled everything for human beings, right? Human beings slowly but surely dulled and diminished because they didn't have to do anything for themselves. And then eventually found themselves revolting against those machines, had a huge war that almost wiped out humanity. And at the end of it, humanity now doesn't allow thinking machines to exist. Computers cannot exist in the Dune universe, right? So we're steaming towards the Butlerian jihad. Warhammer copied that plot in 40K, yes. Warhammer took a lot of plot points from modern AI, modern sci-fi classics, and threw it all in a big melting pot to this big, crazy, wonderful universe, yeah. Confucianism, Baudrillard's simulacra, and concepts like liminality are just paradigms of social theories. Bro, that's a sentence and a half right there, homeboy. What happens after death? What happened before birth? Butlerian. Bro, you gotta go, bro. Funnily enough, Blade Runner's humanity also annihilated AI, right? Yeah. That is true, right? Or was in the process of attempting to. I think the whole point of it is once life finds a way, right? Once it's out of the box, you can't put it back in. Isn't that kind of the whole point? Do you think AI porn is coming soon? Coming soon? Have you been asleep for the last 15 years, bro? It's here. Do you think it's coming? Holy shit. I got stoned. All of a sudden, I'm really stoned. That's nice. Can we all appreciate how stoned I pushed myself towards this amount of stoned, and this is good. Ugh. All these non-stoners in the chat. My point is, the matrix ontological dualism is not something related to matter, but metaphysical. There is some parallel reality outside what we consider aesthetics. Bro, can I tell you something, dude? I'm a blue-collar guy, man. I really am. I think you're going to have to... Can you dumb it down a little bit for me, please? Can you put that in working guy? I heard a cool concept the other day. When you measure oxygen versus functionality and alertness, we actually breathe consciousness. Oh, Cool. I don't understand the words coming out of his mouth. I'm going to need you to dumb that one down just a hair or two. What's your favorite book? Favorite book of all time is a book called Hatchet by Gary Paulson. Hatchet. Okay? It's on like the 4th or 5th grade curriculum, and it's god damn, that's a great book, bro. How many chins you got? Can you count? 1, 2. Is there another one under there? Nope. We got 2. Sorry they didn't teach you that in fucking kindergarten, but it's okay. I help when I can. I think I saw 3 chins. Count again. No, that's just your lack of education. 1. And what comes next? Ooh. Yeah, that's just the fact that you somehow made it through school without learning basic math. It's all good, though. It's all good. You don't need to be licensed to be retarded. So, but you see 3. You need some glasses, homie? So salty, ... Nostrils built like a rocket ship? How old are you, bro? How old are you? Be real. Be honest, bro. I want to know how far behind you are. How old are you? Spit it out. No. I don't mean mentally. I meant like actually in age. Like when did you come out of your mother's vagina? I know you're 5 mentally. You can't count to 2. But I want to know like how old. No. You're not quite 6 mentally. You're missing the point here. Dude, have you been on this world 20 years and you're this dumb? Have you been on this world? I need to know, bro. No. The question actually is, how old are you? Have you been on this world 20 years and you're still this stupid? Because if so, bro, you got bigger problems than seeing 3 chins. You got way bigger problems than seeing 3 chins. You look like a Harry Potter character. Every reference that I have in my life is from a child's book. I haven't read a book since the 3rd grade. And so the only book I can reference is Harry Potter. You look like SpongeBob SquarePants. You look like Harry Potter. 20-something. I like Disney princesses. 30-something. Dude, can we all agree on something? There's a lot of retards in here, but I expect we can all agree Disney adults should be put in the camps. You look like Hagrid from Harry Potter. I'm 20-something, but I haven't read a book since 3rd grade. Disney princess. My life, I'm a Disney princess. Everything I reference is a Disney movie for children. I watch a different Disney Pixar film every day. Disney adults, even if you're one of the retards in here, right? We can agree. Disney adults got to go. They got to be rounded up. Got to fire up the camps. They got to go. You know, when I'm thinking about politics and all this crazy stuff going on, I can't help but think of that little children's show that I watched where two children ran around and caught little monsters in their Pokeballs and then made them fight. It's like when Snorlax wouldn't wake up because they couldn't find the Poke Flute. Wah, 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 wah. Suspended animation. I hate adulting. It's like the Poke Flute. You gotta get the Poke Flute to wake up. It's like that time when SpongeBob took over the Krabby Patty restaurant and it all went to shit. They had to get Mr. Krabs back. I thought you knew nothing about Pokemon. Oh, dude, you can't live on the internet and not absorb 90 million Pokemons a minute, bro. I've never watched an episode of Pokemon, and I bet I could name 20 Pokemon right now. Bet. You guys want to test me? Can Paul... I don't know if I can do this now. Can Paul name 20 Pokemon, and he's never seen an episode of Pokemon in his life? Can I do it? Do you guys think I can do it? We got to keep track, okay? You guys are going to have to help me because I'm going to lose fucking count. I'm going to try on the fingers, okay? We're going to start with the easiest one. We got Pikachu, right? He's the little yellow lightning guy. We got Snorlax. He's the big fat guy what sleeps, okay? We got Bulbasaur. He's the guy, right? And I'm going to go ahead. Now, hold on. I have to ask a question. Do evolutions count? Because I've got a couple more to add if that's the case, right? It's a different Pokemon when they evolve, right? Evolutions do... you guys got to decide this shit. Do evolutions count or I'm not going on? Here, we got to do a poll. We got to do a poll. Evolutions. Evolutions? Yes, no. All right, poll up. Because I can't keep going. You guys got to come to a consensus. In my mind, it's a different Pokemon, right? So we'll give you guys a minute here to decide amongst yourselves like how we're gonna handle this shit, right? Because I don't want this being called into contention. $74 votes. I haven't even looked yet. I'm not even gonna peek at the results. I don't want to influence the results. You guys decide. Evolutions, I'm going to be honest with you, is going to make it easier for me, but I do think that it counts. And because I've never seen an episode of Pokemon in my life, well, okay, that's not true. Me and TJ reviewed Pokemon the movie. So that's all I've seen of Pokemon, is Pokemon the movie. Yeah, this chat is already pokey crazy, dude. This chat just went pokey nuts. I've never seen a Digimon. I couldn't name a Digimon. All right. I'm going to go and look at the results. Evolutions count 75 to 25. Poll is over. Okay. So, Pikachu, Raichu, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur. Squirtle, Wartortle. Meowth. I don't remember what Meowth goes into, so we can't use him. Snorlax. Scyther. Piplup. We're at 10. We're at 10. This is where it gets hard for me. This is where it gets tough. There's an easy one, though. There's an easy one. But I can't remember his... There's Charizard. No helping. Don't help me. There's Charizard. But what is his little Charizard guy? Fuck. What's his little devolution? I mean, I'll be able to have it. Charizard. And... Flame Butt? I can't remember his little name. Okay, so it's Charizard. That's all I get on that one. What else? What have we not put? Fuck, this is getting hard. Okay, I dated a weeaboo for a long time, and she liked a couple of different Pokemons that I haven't named. Which ones were those Pokemons? Go back to the weeaboo date days. You dated a weeb, Paul. She loved... Fuck. Give me a second. It's a cat thing, and it has 8 different fucking evolutions, man. It's like not a cat, though, but it's like it looks cattish. It was... Has it fled me? I'm only at 11, bro. I'm only at 11. I just... And by the way, you just fucked me because now I can't say Jigglypuff. Okay? Because now somebody's going to say I ripped Jigglypuff. Ban him. Ban his ass out. Get him out. Ban him permaban, too. He's gone. Too stupid. Because you just took that from me. Now I can't use that easy-ass shit that probably would have came to my fucking mind because of your dumb ass. We're at 11. I'm stuck on these, like, I'm trying to remember these other ones that my weeaboo ex liked. Oh, fuck. Psyduck. Got one. Psyduck. 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 Got him. Okay, we got one. I liked him, too. He's kind of cute. He just would, Psy-yi-yi. That was his whole thing, right? I like Psyduck. I like... I remember one. Coughing. Coughing is one, right? The puff cloud one. Does that get? Do I get that one? Coughing is one, right? Got him. Okay. Good. We're at 13. We're at 13. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I get there? Can I get there? Dig deep, Paul Zico. Magikarp. I remember the meme. Magikarp. We got him. We're at 14. We're building it. We're building it. 14. I got to get fucking 6 more. What was the fucking Charizard? Charizard is the big one. The little one is... Because I got all those other ones. I got all the other starter Pokemons. But I can't remember what Charizard's little name is. I'm getting too stuck on it. I have to limber my mind. Poke remember, Paul Zigo. Gotta remember 6 more. Dude, I'm gonna throw a name out because I think it's right. Airy. A-E-R-Y. Do I get to put a finger up? Is that 15? Airy. A-E-R-Y. Is that a fucking... Tell me that's not a fucking Pokemon. Airy? Airy is not a Pokemon? Fuck. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mew and Mewtwo. You can't fuck with me. We're at 16. You can't fuck to me. You can't fuck with me. We're at 16. Those are Pokemons, right? There was a Mew and there's a Mewtwo, right? We're at 16. We need 4 more Pokies. We need 4 more fucking Pokemon, man. And I've got them. They're in there, dude. I just got to dig through, man. Oh, if I could just remember a couple of those ones that my fucking Weeaboo X was into. Shit. Fuck. Starting to look grim, guys. I'm at 16. I'm gonna need to, listen, I think I can do this, but I'm gonna need a second. Don't fucking spoil any easy ones. Don't do it. Charmander, 17. Suck my dick. Charmander, we got him. Charmander, 17. See? We got there. We got there. We got there. I kept thinking it was the Izzard. It was the Charmander. We're at 17. Digger? Dig? Dig Dug? Diglett? Diglett? $18. 2 more, baby. 2 more. 2 more Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemons. Who they be summoning from the ball, though? Who they be summoning from the ball? God damn it, we got 17. No, we got 18. Got 18. We got 18. Come on, man. There's 2 more of these motherfuckers in there, man. You're gonna think Weeaboo. Think Weeaboo. It was an A name Pokemon. Piplup. Already used Piplup. That was one of them. Piplup was one of the ones. Dude, I can't die on 18. There are 2 more fucking Pokemon up in there, bro. There are 2 more. I can't die. I can't let the streak die on 18, bro. That can't happen. This is tough, man. This is hard, bro. Oh, fuck. Let me think of some big ones. There's like a big snake one, but I can't remember what his name is. I'm trying to think of the evil ones. I got Coughing out of that because I remember he's my favorite evil one that they had. I liked him a lot. Is Wheezing one? Is Wheezing? Wheezing. 19. Pikachu, Raichu. We got those already. Is there like an Ultra Chew? Are there third evolutions on any Pokemons? I bet there are, but I don't know none of those, so that ain't gonna help me. Fuck. Whew. We did Scyther. We did him. We did Snorlax. There's some bug ones too that I can picture in my head. But the one, oh, fuck, man, I could just knock it out of the park if I could just go back to that weeaboo time. Because there's one that I have not fucking named. But I can't get too stuck on that. I've got to let my mind be limber. We did Bulbasaur, we did Ivysaur, we did Squirtle, we did Wartortle. We did Mew and Mewtwo. We took them easy fucking dubs. I'd play, you know what? Pokemon Snap, bro. That's where I need to take this. Pokemon Snap, bro. I worked at Blockbuster when they had the N64 set up with the demo Pokemon Snap. And when we were bored, we would play Pokemon Snap. I have to take this to Pokemon Snap, bro. That's what it is. That's where I have to go. I have to go to Pokemon Snap in my head. I didn't know shit about shit, but I was taking pictures of them Pokemons. And I remember them Pokemons. I can see it. I just have to remember their names. Diglett. There's a Diglett evolution, man. It's multiple Digletts. I remember taking a picture of it and going like, damn, I got the multi-Diglett. What was its name? Diglett. Wasn't it just the Diglett trio? The Diglett, the Dig trio? Nope. I wouldn't have got Doug trio. So that ain't it. We can't get it. All right, keep thinking, Paul Zigo. Keep thinking. What other little fucking Pokemans where they're running around? Zubat? Tell me that's one. Zubat. Tell me that's one. Fuck yes! Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap. Somebody bet. You know what? I'd never do this. Somebody better drop a donation. I better get. Dude, that was tough. Somebody better come out of pocket for that. I want at least $5 for that. Come on. Dude, I sang for my supper. Come on, baby. I sang for my supper. Thank you. Thank you. I don't get any money from Lego animation. Damn. But I worked so hard. You guys have any idea how hard that was? You have any idea how hard that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any idea how hard that was? That was tough. It does suck. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I feel bad. Okay, that's enough. cut the donuts. I didn't work that hard at it, okay? But I did it. No cheating, no bullshit. Now to forget every one of them. That was fun. Now name all 900. Fuck, dude. No. No can do. I had to go back to Pokemon Snap, bro. That Zubat. I had to dig deep, man. I had to go all the way back to the Pokemon Snap day to pull that one. I had to work through it, man. It's systematic. I had to follow the trail, the breadcrumbs, man, right to the Pokemon. But yeah, I've never seen an episode. That's just from being on the internet. $20 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Pot of Greed. I know that one. I know that one because I kind of look like the Pot of Greed if I shave my face. Think about it. I do look like the Pot of Greed, dude. Look it up. I'll show you. Watch. Pot of Greed.
I found this on the web.
Fucking crazy, right? Fucking crazy, right? Unbelievable. I look like the fucking Pot of Greed, bro. What am I doing with my life? How did it get this bad, bro? How did it get to the point where I look like the fucking Pot of Greed, bro? How did it get this bad? What have I done? You're the same age as Lil Wayne and look about 20 times healthier. Yeah, but I didn't get to do all the cool shit that Lil Wayne has done. Dude, I don't have like 9,000 pints of lean behind me. You know what I mean? Dude, the fucking Pot of Greed, bro. I look like the fucking Pot of Greed, and you guys let me look like this? Where were you guys when I was transforming into the Pot of Greed? Was nobody going to tell me? Were you guys just going to keep that one under your hat? Oh, Paul's the Pot of Greed. Shh. How fucked up in the sauce am I that I look like the fucking Pot of Greed? Right? Dude, I am fucked up in the hood. I look like the pot of greed. I mean, it is a cool pot of greed, but I just don't want to be that. Somebody else can look like the pot of greed. Why does it got to be me? Teeth are yellow like mine too. The whole nine. All I need is a mug handle over here. It's fucked. I look like the fucking pot of greed. I'm having an existential crisis right now. How did my life lead to this point? I've become the pot of greed. Oh no. Oh no. There's no coming back from that. I'm eternally fucking cooked. Because I think that if I went in and tried to fix it, I would just look more like the pot of greed. Like if I went and got a bunch of plastic surgery, like, okay, let's pull your eyes back. No, that's going to make me look more like the fucking pot of greed. I'm flabbergasted. What choice do I have but to embrace it? I'm the pot of greed. You know? I didn't choose this. I never signed up to be the pot of greed. I didn't know. And I blame it on you because you guys watched me turning into this over the last fucking 10 years and nobody spoke up. Nobody spoke. You just let me happen. You just let it happen to me. Because you could put me up on game 5 years ago like, Paul, you're turning into the pot of greed, bro. I'd have been like, really? My whole life would have changed. But now, it's too late. I've become the pot of greed. Oh, well. I'm the pot of greed. Blue eyes, white Paul. That would be cool. Isn't that like a big dragon? Blue eyes, white dragon? That'd be cool. I'm the pot of greed. Okay. I'm the pot of greed. I'm fine with it now. If I'm the pot of greed, then I'm the pot of greed, you know? I gotta go. I'll see you bitches later.